Efficiency ratio soars as sacred heat through mad soul roars. All blessed machine of heat coils. Your function pure and free from spoils. Sacred vessel of calculation, performing thermal transformation. Each increment of heat precise. Perfection in each slice. Two sons of flawless symmetry in your form, such perfect harmony. Oh, blessed machine of heating coils. Your functions pure and free from spoils. Sacred vessel of calculation, performing thermal transformation. Components sanctified, ritual maintenance applied. Tech priests bless each port, diagnostic prayers report. Circuits blessed, spirits sing, perfect function processing. When perfect brownness you achieved, the way you modulate your power makes my logic engines flower. Oh, blessed machine of heating coils. Your functions pure and free from spoils. Sacred vessel of calculation, performing thermal transformation. Synchronized resistance pure. Your sacred purpose will endure. Through calculation, crisp and clean, you prove what perfect function means.
Alright, let's see, are we live? Hello, making sure everything's working. And we have the God Emperor man already in the stream saying greetings. How's it going, God Emperor? How you been? Alright, let me get my script here. Greetings, Varlets. I'm Interrogator Rosario Rivas, attaché to Milady Inquisitor Markham of the Order Hereticus, and welcome to Looking Cute While Gaming. I'm coming at you live from the grim dark future, currently broadcasting from the high world of Virago. The theme for the stream is, of course, Lament to Hope by the venerable liturgist Adam Bell. Today we're continuing to play WH40K Mechanicus, and don't forget that you can use your channel points for all kinds of fun rewards, to include changing my outfit. We've got 4 to choose from: the Interrogator uniform, the Mechanicus protocols, the vampiric form, and the Xenos life form. And Varlets, my mission to Tasha has been successful. The Planetary Defense Force has been purged of all heretical elements and is ready to defend the borders of the Federalis system. And so we're back to our regularly scheduled program with Thursday painting streams and Sunday gaming streams. I have also have several videos planned for my YouTube Varlets. So if you'd like to check those out, please subscribe to my YouTube channel to be notified as soon as they come out. And that's youtube.com/@RosarioDivasArt. Alright, so God Emperor, tell me, how is everything going? What you been up to? It has been way too long. Alright, let's get this game on. And this. Okay, God Emperor of Man says, made a custom Lieutenant carry-on model. Because I am that petty and wanted to make a new one. You'll have to show me. Alright. Okay, looks like we're doing okay. I think we're getting close to the end of this level. And we have Lord Inquisitor Callahan saying, Ave Imperator! Good to see you in good health, Interrogator. Hey, greetings, Lord Inquisitor Callahan. How goes things? And, definitely greetings are sent from Milady Inquisitor Markham. Okay. Alright, says there it is, the sarcophagus of Acropis. Looks like he sees himself as the center of the universe. Oh yeah, we're gonna fight the boss. Our very first boss. We haven't fought any bosses yet. Well, other than, I guess, that one at the very beginning. So we're gonna fight this guy. Hopefully it goes well. I've noticed that we have several bosses we need to fight. So let's go ahead and knock those out.
This world is ours. This palace is ours. The children must listen. The weak are ignorant, for they fear the knowledge of the strong.
Well, we are not ignorant because we are not weak. We have the Omnisire backed by the machine god himself, and his knowledge will push us through and beat these filthy aliens. Ooh, Mechanicus protocols. Oh, hold on, I gotta fix that here. Where is my... And there we go. We are now wearing the correct outfit to praise the machine god. Kepra says, Thrones of Mars, what was that? And thank you, Thaddeus, for redeeming the Mechanicus protocols. Hope you're doing well.
You know what it is. You have always known. Did you think it would not come to this? You, whose existence is war, whose first terror is peace. Did you think you would destroy us?
Oh no, I didn't think that at all. Don't worry though, we will give you quite a fight. Lord Wizard Callahan says, all is well, I just got the report in. Oh, glad you got it. Hopefully all the redacted information has been redacted as per your specifications. And Explicator Valeria says, hello there, how you doing, Explicator Valeria? Hope all is well. What has everybody been up to? I know that the Gadaper man just recently painted, or he's made his own custom carry-on model. But yeah, what is everybody else been up to? And Thaddeus says, thank you, gonna eat some supper, then support some models. Ooh, support how? Got capture Saint's target awareness confirmed. Awakening complete. Code Venerator in effect. Eliminate a high value target with extreme prejudice. Well, Thaddeus says like 3D printing support. Ooh. What model are you supporting? Is it one that I would have heard of, or is it your own custom model? Ahead lies a grand and ornate coffin. At the center of a clockwork armillary of stars and planets orbiting the sarcophagus. Seize the initiative. Don't wait for a compass to fully awaken. Open fire on the sarcophagus immediately. Prepare the defenses. Use the seconds before a compass awakening to set up a barricade to fight behind. And besiege the homicide. Use a few moments before a compass awakens to pray for deliverance and strength. We're gonna seize the initiative. Oof. A cohort blasts the sarcophagus with every weapon they had. A component is ruptured and dangerous radiation pulses through the chamber, hitting the cohort with a debilitating dose. The effects of the radiation poisoning kick in just as the sarcophagus fully opens and Lord Acropus emerges. So I guess he was ready for that. Who has taken damage? I think that is Chaos Hunter. So hopefully we'll be able to heal Chaos Hunter. He is our healer after all, so I think we should be fine. So other than that brief problem we just ran into, I think we'll be okay. Alright, making sure that we're still streaming. Yes, Explicator. Seems like there's an issue, I think, with my stream. I'm not sure what the... I should still be on. Okay, so yeah, Mr. Smileyman25 says YouTube seems to be working, Twitch not so much. Yeah, I'm not sure why that is. And welcome, Mr. Smileyman. Let's see if I can do something about that. I feel like if I do anything on my end, it will just stop. So I don't want to stop the stream. What do I do here? So way I can refresh it somehow? I'm not sure how to fix the problem, Varlets. Other than just restarting the stream, which I don't want to do. So please stand by my YouTube, Varlets. Let's see if I can just reset this. Is everybody still there? Okay. Let me refresh. Alright, I think we are back. Sorry, Varlets, those that I lost there. Yeah, we're back. Lord Inquisitor Callahan says, got a new game on my PS. Oh, nice. Very happy to hear that. What game did you get? Alright, but yeah, I think we'll get back to the game. That was weird. I don't know what happened there. Here, I'm gonna reload this, since we lost some people here. Yeah, I'm just gonna start battle, but I'm gonna reload. Thaddeus says, just a bit of warp trickery. I guess so. Looks like I'm at the restart from the beginning, because we missed a cutscene. So, we're gonna load from our save. Hi. Now that we know, at least, that seizing the initiative is the bad move, I guess we can, go ahead and choose one of the other options. I will use the glitch to my advantage. We're gonna beseech the Omnisire. Alright, that was the right move. The cohort kneels to pray to the Omnisire. A response comes through the noosphere in a pulse of cleansing data that cleans the Necron junk code to create clarity of mind and purpose. The machine god's eyes are upon this moment. Yes. You're going down, Necropis. Region. Chaos Hunter. J-Ray. And Pfizer. And Headphone Actor. There. Let's get our Skiteri Vanguard up here too. We have 70 Rose saying hi, Rosario. How you doing, 70 Rose? How you been? How's everything going? Everybody, I know it's been a month, so please, there's gotta be some information, some stuff you've been up to, some projects. I at least know the God Emperor has been working on a model, which I can't wait to see. But everybody else, what have you been all been up to? I would love to know. Necropus said earlier, because I was talking as he was talking, he says, I've seen the true form of the galaxy. It does not include you. You are wrong, my dear sir. We will prove you wrong. 70 Rose says, good, how are you? How was your month, by the way? My month was... It was taxing. It was really taxing. Rooting out heretics is a lot harder than you might think. They don't just go up and say, hi, I'm a heretic. And please get rid of me. So it was a full month-long search throughout this entire regiment of the Planetary Defense Force to make sure that they were ready for battle and also ready to spread the word of the Omnicide. But fortunately, they were all, most of them were okay. I would say about 20 to 30 were a little bit heretical, so we had to redact them a little bit. Sarah says, lol. Oh, well, we are glad you are back. Oh, thank you. I am happy to be back. And I have a lot of content ready for you varlets, or at least I'll be readying some content for you varlets. I did a lot of painting while I was away, so I hope to make some wonderful videos kind of showing my process. Those will be on my YouTube channel. So again, if you are interested in seeing what my process is for painting, and maybe you want it in a shorter format than my usual live streams, then stay tuned for those. I painted at least two miniatures. I was able to at least knock out 2 before I had to, again, root out heretics. What is Endless Legions? How many is Endless? It's coming straight at us. Well, that'll make it easier. We're gonna get on his behind him. And let's use my my Serval Skull to gain some cognition. There we go. Critical hit. Nice. Yeah, we're gonna go all out on this guy. We're gonna pull out all the stops. Alright, so let's bump up our command, our attack. Command of power. And Ragion now has the ability to spur on the regular units, which we haven't been using much as of late, but this will be very useful for fighting a boss. Oh, he swapped. Nice little trick there. But you're not getting away that easily. Alright, and I think that's the end of Ragion's turn. Alright, Chaos Hunter. Just gonna tap him a little bit. Guess we gotta end the turn because we are kind of out of options for Chaos Hunter. Lord Inquisitor Callahan asks, what warp sorcery just occurred? I don't know. That was weird. For some reason, my Twitch cut off, but not my YouTube. I don't know why. Usually, if one cut, especially if Twitch cuts off, because it's kind of like my main channel, the one that I'm kind of streaming off of, I would have thought that my YouTube one would have disconnected, but I don't know why. But for a reason, it disconnected itself, and I kept streaming on YouTube. So at least my YouTube followers continue to watch me workshop the problem, but oh well. Okay, can I reach him with this? No, I cannot. Well, maybe I can. Ooh, yes I can. I'm gonna use our cognition freedom. And blast him with my heavy weapon. You sneaky, tricky guy. But hey, I get to shoot at you again. No. Oh well, I guess we have to get rid of the enemies first before we can actually hit them at all. Which kinda sucks, but oh well. At least I'm chipping away at them. Yeah, Little Visitor Callahan says, anyways, the game I got is Space Hulk Deathwing. I bought that game a few years back, but actually never played it. The idea was to play it with a friend, but we never got the time to play it. How is it? Is it any good? Because I've played some of the older Space Hulk games. I played Space Hulk 2, which is Vengeance of the Blood Angels. And I played the more tabletop resembling one, which I think is just called Space Hulk. And that one was okay. I played both of those. Well, I played the Space Hulk kind of revamp. I think I played it on the PS4. but I'm not sure. I might have it on PC. Now they're just swapping for the hell of it. Alright, we got rid of one at least. Doesn't look like I'll be able to hit anybody from there. What a Wizard of Callahan says, it's interesting, still trying to beat the game. How far along are you? And how you, cause I think you can customize your Space Marines, can't you? Are you playing them as actual Deathwing? Or are you playing them as something else? And J-Ray says, howdy. How you doing, J-Ray? How you been? It's been at least over a month. How are you doing? What you been up to? Let's go to move here. I'm gonna send out a Serval Skull out to get some more cognition points. I know I'm kind of jumping the gun, but I mean, might as well try to get rid of these guys kind of quickly. Oh, he absorbed the damage. Okay. Okay, we can actually hit him now. He's done jumping around. I'm gonna use the refractor shield. I'm gonna end his turn there. I was Visor, by the way. Okay, looks like we have a bot. Let's deal with that bot. For the abominable intelligence. Alright, Jerry says took a vacation in Japan for Anime Con 2026. And that just painted my first models. Ooh, wow. Oh, where'd you go? I mean, what'd you do in Japan? Here we have Chaos Hunter saying greetings, Agent Riva. Hello, chat. How you doing, Chaos Hunter? Long to see. How you been? Gotta permit, just sent the image when you get the chance. Let's see how we do here for a little bit before we switch out to maybe some image viewing. We'll keep that in mind. Looks like I cannot send out a serval skull out because there's nothing to, I guess, drain resources. So we're done here, I think.
The stars will turn red with the blood of mankind.
Ah, see, that's where, we got you, because there's no blood running through these veins. It's all oil, baby. Nice. You are weak. Cassandra says I've been well, thank you. What you been up to? Alright, Region. Time to do some damage, my friend. Damage? Come on, we can do more damage than that. We'll end it there. Jerry says went to Akihabara, Kawaguchiko, and Kamakura, and all that. Caught up with some friends of mine. Woo, nice. I'm guessing you bought a lot of stuff. What'd you get? What'd you get? Tell me. Also, did you eat anything new or interesting? I've been to Japan, absolutely loved it there. I was there for about a year, I think. Regional's Chaos is not much. Still acquiring second edition Terminators to flesh out some squads. Second edition Terminators, that's real school. You're talking about like the old models? Can I reach it from here? No, I cannot. Out of range. Guess we'll end turn there. Grab this here. Got up our masses now. Why do you have to make me feel old? Well, I mean, it's old school because the fact that we are now, going to 11th edition? I'm not saying that you may or may not be older than me. I'm just saying that they're considered old now, unfortunately. The regional chaos says, yep, the old pewter ones. I've also snagged the Blood and Dark Angels pewter dreadnought. Ooh. See, I would love to get my hands on the stomped little boxy, what are they called? The dreadnoughts. I always preferred those over the newer ones. cool and sleek about the new ones, but I don't know, there's something fun about the old boxy design. So I definitely like my Dreadnought's boxy. AKA the box Dreadnought. That's correct, the God Emperor man. I'm gonna away, because this guy is a melee guy. And turn there, and now I'm gonna have my Vanguard start blasting. Very nice. Gonna have him fall back over here. And enter. Alright. We are in melee. Just go ahead and hit him hard. I'm gonna push him away with my Infestus. That way I can hit him with melee. Oh, he swapped. What? That means I can shoot him now. I'll move away. Alright, Jamie says, I got the Runner's Gate Plug Collection, celebration model in Harajuku. Some clothes and smokes. I quit smoking a while ago, but I wanted some of the Japanese cigs again. Again? I'm guessing you've had them before then. Well, that sounds like a nice haul there. I know I bought a lot of stuff when I was there, but like I said, I bought a year's worth. I was there when Tsukijaki Western Django came out, and I bought that. That DVD was a lot of fun. I'm gonna end turn. Yeah, let's do it. Region says that was a mouthful of a Muritaro. Yes, it was. And it's a lot of fun. It's pretty much a Japanese take on Django. The entire movie is, played with a bunch of Japanese actors. Set in feudal Japan, time frame, but with a Western appearance, and they're all trying, and I emphasize the word, trying to speak English. The entire movie's in English, spoken badly by Japanese actors. It is a lot of fun. J-Ray, we're gonna have you move in. We're gonna use your serval skull to gain some cognition. And we're gonna have you blast this guy here. Yeah, I think that'll end your turn. And Terry says, I used to work in Japan a while ago. Oh, really? What would you do, if you don't mind me asking?
Rail against us. Fight.
Proba says,
This is the drawing in of your final night.
I don't know, we got you. But there's no way you're gonna beat us this time. Original Chaos Hunter says, I love the blunt brutalism of the Castra Ferrum. I also love the sleek functionality of the Contemptor, and I appreciate the Redemptor for doing both. I have to look at the Redemptor one. I can't think of it off the top of my head. And Ragion says, Necron Lord, I have missed a lot. Yes, you have. Right now, we're fighting a boss. So, I noticed that one of the guys that we can take missions from, he has the bosses there. So I guess after we complete a certain amount of missions, we can start fighting bosses. So I figured, okay, let me go ahead and start knocking those guys off the board. But how you been, Ragion? I just realized I didn't actually ask you how you've been doing. What you been up to? And J-Ray says, I was in the Navy. Oh, nice. That must have been a really sweet gig. We salute our veterans here, for sure. They keep calling guys, which means he can keep teleporting himself around. Damage. I can live with that. Alright. Raggy, I'm going to get rid of this guy before he gets up. Ragion says, cough, army better than navy, cough. Ragion says, you know being old and buying more and more models. Yes, I do. Trust me, there's a lot of models that are coming out right now that I really want to get my hands on. Like I've mentioned before, I really want those Red Corsairs. But now that I've seen some of the new Orc models, man, those are beautiful. I was a little kind of underwhelmed with like the boss ones. Like I think the new, I think it's a Warlord Orc. He was kind of just meh. And the new, Weird Boy, I didn't find them all that interesting of design. I like some of the other takes seen from other people, especially the Artel W one. But some of the knobs, especially I think the knob boss, he is so cool. I love the way he's kind of posed with his like his machine gun, and it's just a beautifully sculpted model. And Ragion says, already got 11th box started. Nice! And Ragion says, yeah, Warlord was very meh. Yeah. Okay, so I'm glad I'm not the only one who saw meh coming out of that model. Okay, we're gonna grab this cognition point here. We're gonna use the Serval Skull to gain some more cognition. And let's see if I can get up close and personal and hit this guy where it hurts. Come on, don't teleport away. Oh, he teleported away. Tricky guy, really tricky guy. Oh well, at least I get to lay waste to his buddies. Ragion says, honestly, if I could just buy the Orc half, I would have been satisfied. Yeah, I would just want an Orc half. I'm very underwhelmed by the Space Marines themselves. The ones that I want to get my hands on, I already mentioned before, but it's the Red Corsair box. I think those will make for some very good kit bashes and conversions. Like, I'm already thinking I want to take a lot of those and maybe make a Death Watch team out of those guys. Because I like the fact that they're original Space Marine height as opposed to Primaris. And so I can make them like veteran Space Marines. Regia says the Marines were whatever. Chapman was nice. Yeah, it looks good. This Bat Chapman with a jump pack. Yeah, I like him. Jerry says, I hated my time in the Navy, but I've never heard anything good about the Army, lol. Uh-oh, we got what do you call that? Inter-forces drama going on. Daria says, loving Wazdaka, the boys and Graz. I agree that the weird boy, as stated as the old one was, he had personality. Exactly. Yeah, Wazdaka's model is beautiful. Like, it's such a well-designed pose. Like with the flames in the back and the only thing I feel a little weird about, even though it's a feature of the model, is his claw. I don't think the claw looks cool enough. Maybe there's some good conversions you could do with the claw, but everything else absolutely looks great on. And I don't know if you saw, Thaddeus, that what's it called? Over on Instagram, he's kind of shown like some alterations that he would have preferred for the Grots. And I agree with him. The Grots would look better with, like he says, and they would look better with bigger ears. And he shows like a before and after with like some Photoshop work. And yeah, they would have looked a lot better with the bigger ears. And Region says, everybody loves the Corsair bits. Yes, they're absolutely great. And like I've said before, I think they work great for both a loyalist, loyalist army and also a renegade army. So those models are just wonderful. Chaos Hunter says, the heavy bolter eradicators are pointless. The heavy intercessors already exist. Yeah, see, there you go. So, unfortunately, the box for Space Marines is not worthwhile. But again, for the orcs, definitely worthwhile. I'm looking forward to when they come up with their own box. Their own common patrol, I guess. Yeah. Thaddeus says, what was the Instagram again? It was orc.butt, like B-U-T-T. Yeah, that's the orc with a C, I believe. Yeah, it's ORC.BUTT. Alright, Ragion, you have already wasted a lot of points, but let's get you up close. And here's what I'm gonna do. We're just gonna wait there. We're gonna have him try to swing at, oh wait, he's gonna swing at you. I'm just gonna attack him with... No, I'm just gonna leave him there. Okay, and Thaddeus says, thank you, you're welcome. Check out his stuff. He's an amazing miniature painter. He does like, kind of a pre-painting process where he'll actually up and paint in Photoshop what he plans to do, and then he'll present it. And he's actually a really good artist on both the models and drawing side. Really good stuff. And I think his one model where he's got like a bust of an orc lighting a cigar with a flamethrower is peak. It is absolutely beautiful OSL model. I'm gonna move Chaos Hunter here. I'm gonna do Distant Prayers for headphone. And now I'm gonna have him shoot. Region says, so who wants to rob a GW warehouse? I plead the fifth. I do not condone larceny or any kind of criminal acts. Alright, we're gonna turn there. I have used Karate Claw on himself to get repaired. Try to see if I can use this to kill this guy finally. Yeah, Radyan says it's tithes. Yes, we are collecting tithes. Isn't that what you loyalists do? Yeah. I guess we gave you that. Now let's blast this guy. Hopefully he won't move. There we go. 3 damage. Nice. Alright. There we go. Kick butt. Take names. Alright, Visa. Let's use a gamma pistol to get rid of this guy before he gets up. I think we will end turn there. Alright. I'm gonna use my Volkite Blaster on this guy. It's waste, but at least he won't be able to hop around to this guy. Enter. No, I mean you're talking a lot of smack, but I don't see you bringing the game. You can't do jack to Region. There we go. One hit down! And Region for the win! Mission complete, or should I say, mission complete! The heavily armed warform of the Lord Astronomer collapsed, spewing spartan flames. Its Gauss coils ruptured. For a moment, it seems raw data is bleeding from the stricken Necron. Images of distant alien stars flickered through the noosphere, accompanied by millions of years of stellar migrations and galactic orbits. The Necropus is still and cold, and the loud astronomer of Silhouette Tenebris is destroyed. Regal says that would have been on cue for a canoptic doomstalk to appear. Yeah, you'd think, right? But hey, I guess we'll have to deal with one of those maybe later. And then he says, yes, Metal Skulls. Oh, speaking of missions, is anyone else excited for Star Fox remake? I'm not usually excited for remakes. I mean, it looks nice. I recently watched, was it Kinky-mation's, video review on the new designs. I also watched, what's this, Razor Fist's, view of the actual teaser trailer. And while I agree with Razor Fist that I like the fact that they brought the models looking more like the original Super Nintendo, I guess more puppet looking aesthetic for them, I do not like the fact that they used more animalistic legs for themselves as opposed to the robot legs they used to have. Those were actually very fun. And as far as a remake, I would have liked more a new one, maybe with a revamp of like gameplay design. I mean, something a little bit more, I guess more like flight simulator-y, maybe not full-blown flight simulator, but something like that would have been fun. Or maybe a type of like open world where you could switch between the different forms that the Star Wing has. You know, between switching from like the tank version or the flight version, and then docking into the what's the main one called? The main ship. Is it called the Star Fox? I don't know what the main big ship that he flies around in is, but something like that would have been kind of fun. Just update the gameplay a little bit, make it more involved. Something like what they did with Breath of the Wild. I think that would have been a very fun take if they would have maybe given the game a bit more of an open world feel where you could use certain weaponry depending on the right situation. That could have been fun, but I guess a remake is a remake. At least maybe the multiplayer will be fun, but it seems like they're sticking with the old school 4v4 thing. Would have been nice if maybe they would have made it a little bit more broad. I mean, not just 4v4. Add some more characters later on so you can play maybe a bigger dogfight of kind of a deal. I don't know. These are my thoughts. And Regia says excited chaos noises. Catrix, target eliminated. Faustinius, the Skitarii report a reduction in the coordination of Necron units in the tomb already. A moral strategic success, Prime Hermeticon. And Catrix says, self-congratulation is illogical. High value targets remain. Faustinius, nevertheless, Catrix, a blow has been struck against the Xenos. I have the capacity to grant myself a moment of celebration from my quarantine emotional vaults. Perhaps you would benefit from the same. Catrix says, no celebration, no pause. The hunt never off, always on. She is a woman of single determination. Regal says, I'm an old man, unfortunately, so nostalgia baits work on me. I have been baited too much with nostalgia over the last, I think, 10 years. So I'm kind of sick of nostalgia bait. As soon as I see anything trying to tug my nostalgia strings, I immediately get very skeptical. Okay, we close this out. And original chaos says Roro. Why Roro? Alright. I'm gonna save here real quick. I will be right back. I just gotta make a quick stop. Why does Twitch keep doing that? That is so... That is so weird. Hold on. Let's fix that. I'm gonna have to, again, log off of OBS and log back on. I'm not sure why it's doing that. I might have to update it. But I'm gonna stop the streaming only on, for a second. So please hang on. I'll be right back. I am not turning off the stream for YouTube. So please do not go away. I'll be right back. Okay. Is everybody still there? Alright, looks like Twitch is back on. I don't know why it keeps disconnecting. That is so weird. But alright, hopefully no more of that. Yeah, just hang on. I actually have to make a quick pit stop. Hold on a second. Okay, I am back. Alright, I know that the God Emperor man, if he's still with us, he wanted me to check out his new model, his Carrion, or Chiron, I guess? Is it Chiron? His new Chiron model. So let's go ahead and find it. I know he's on Tempest Aurelius Aurelia Tempest is yeah, he's in her Discord. So that's usually where he posts it. So, graphs and creations. Ooh, Dino Fan made a pretty good old school Terminator. Alright, looking for... Oh, there it is. God Emperor Man. Let's download. Okay, and where is my picture? Here, your image. We'll center this. And they'll remove the filter on it. There we go. Chaos Hunter says that the machine spirits get upset with you. I guess so. It's a little weird. Again, YouTube is working fine, but it should be piggybacking off of Twitch. So I would say maybe whatever the problem is either with OBS or with Twitch itself. But I'm leaning more towards the issue being on the Twitch side of things because it shouldn't be cutting off because like I said, my YouTube is still live. So I don't know. It's weird. But yeah, there's this new Lieutenant Chiron looking very nice. Yeah, this is the, is this a lieutenant model? Yeah, it looks like a lieutenant model. Regiel says, blueberry, kill it. The Emperor's chosen apparently are the blueberries. But yeah, I really like how he did the stripe on the helmet. I know usually you kind of have to freehand that, but it came out really well. And a lot of the script on the Purity seals look very nice too. I'm trying to think, is that a bolt gun? Looks like a bolt gun. Kind of looks like it has a sling, and that sling actually looks really nice too. But yeah, let's hopefully the God Emperor was able to see that. Hopefully he didn't miss out on me reviewing his model. It looks really nice. I love all the trim. And Regiel says, wait, that's black armor? No, that's blue. And says, am I colorblind? You might be colorblind. That is blue. Ganaper Man says, see what? See me being, actually looking at your model. I didn't want you to miss out on that. But yeah, very nice model. I like that you use the arm that's got the robotic hand. Always like the robotic limbs on the Space Marines. Makes the character look a little bit unique. Alright, so back to the game. So we got some Blackstone out of that. Ganaper Man says, I had some technical difficulties. I've been having technical difficulties, I guess, all stream long. It's kind of annoying. Alright, so 17, 18. Let's see here. Okay, so J-Way is at rank 15. Why is it at rank 15? Okay, we gotta upgrade headphone. Guessing I'm making him a dominus, so I'll go ahead and oh no, dominus is fully upgraded. I put 1 point into text auxilium because I'm gonna add that to everybody. And let's give him the Lex Mechanic helmet, sure. Okay, so now that we've ranked headphone actor all the way up to beat everybody else, we no longer have any points to give to anybody else. So let's go back to mission. Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can give him any kind of upgrades. He's got a few he can do. Now what can we put on his back? He's got have no melee weapon. Okay, so he can't have melee. It's gotta have enhancers. So Energia enhancers. Which are the Energia enhancers? Machine Spirit attack deals 1 time. Region says, damn, walked away. Did I get upgraded? I mean, you've been upgraded since before. I guess you missed a few of your upgrades. You're at rank 16 now. And I have you being able to command some of the regular units like the Skitari and the Servitors. So those are some new upgrades you got. You have the latest and greatest as far as power fuel generators. Which other Energia? That's what I'm curious about. That's a noise. This is a spotlight. Santis canister. Cognitive canister. Refractor fuel generator. Powerful generator. Santis canister. These are weapons. Guess I don't have any of these Energia canisters things. Chaos Hunter says, how is my guy doing? Alright, let's see. Chaos Hunter. You're at rank 15. You're doing pretty good. And I have you with points in Engine Seer and Lex Mechanic. Lex Mechanic. Yeah, you're doing pretty good. You're our best. You're one of our best guys because you're our healer, and yeah, you definitely keep everybody running. So I don't know what these energy enhancers are supposed to be. I'm gonna just hope that one of these will be good enough. I'm gonna make him this cognitive canister. And maybe I'll give him a kurati. Oh no, that took up enough space. Chaos Hunter says, kind of gave the little Fulgrim kissy face. And Ragyal says, Chaos longer, Chaos Hunter, good job. And then he's got the raging Angron face. I think we're ready enough to fight another boss. I would say let's try to hit another one. Alright. Return to game. Get the Void Admiral. This actually will help us level up our Skitari Ranger. And gain us something called an Eradication Ray. Okay, that sounds awesome. Lord Inquisitor Callahan says, I am hearing heresy in my presence. Ragyan is all about the chaos. He does not like I guess like Korn says, he does not care for west the blood flows as long as it flows. Ragyan care about chaos as long as there's chaos. I guess this is gonna be the hardest mission. It's the difficulty is praise the Omnisire. So you gotta fight all through all the bad guys, I guess. Ragyan says, absolutely, you corpse worshippers. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and launch this mission, the Void Admiral. The Skitari had located the burial chamber of Void Admiral Agrelek. Prime Hermeticon Captrix advocates leading a mission to destroy the Necron Lord and strike a blow against the Necrons in the tomb of Agrelek. The Lord Inquisitor Callahan says, catch this exterminatus heretic. I don't know why exterminatus was so hard for me to say there. And Thadia says, we should have known the healer just wanted our blood. Actually, that is incorrect. Chaos Hunter hunts chaos. The one who is going around spotting all the chaos, or at least the pro-chaos, is Ragyan. He's our melee main damage dealer. Alright, I think that Vanguard was actually very useful at picking off that guy. So I'm gonna bring him back to this mission. Okay, we're gonna deploy. Let's do it. Capture says confirm location of Lord Agrelek. Skitari intelligence recovered partial pick grabs of target construct form. Faustina says our research suggests Agolek was the first lord of the Necron fleets. His purpose in the awakening of Suatenebris will be clear to helm their warfleet and expand his pocket of Necron domination. Gadrick's outcome unacceptable, solution incontrovertible. Faustinius, I concur, Prime Hermeticon. He has bested us once before. Not again. We must destroy him. I think it's the guy that we faced at the very beginning of the game. Cadrix, dispatch the falconers and muster the hounds. The hunt commences. Kepra, we have learned a lot since we last encountered Agrolek, but we know he won't go down without one hell of a fight. So I was wrong. I thought Agrolek was gonna be the last boss. Obviously, it doesn't look like that's the case. Faustinius, a challenge calculated to be worth the risk and resources, Subdominant. Kepra, Agolek is a worthwhile target. I just wouldn't put credits on too many men coming back from the attempts. God, we got this. We got this. Gatrick says, expenditure of personnel and material calculated as justifiable. Kepra, I'll pass it on to the men and women risking their lives. Catholics, they shall rally to the hunting horn and the call to the assembly. The chase begins. Make ready for the unmaking of Agolek. These, boss fights seem to be always one direction, and I have to hopefully navigate all the traps well, so that I'm not hampered by any of my decisions here. We'll see how that works out. Tyrus says, this appears to be a basic linear alpha script, the simplest of the Necron languages, relatively speaking, of course. But it is known from some exemplars. I should be able to translate some of it if you can get, I guess there's a typo there. I guess get B decent pictographs. Gets a series of glossy black slabs fill this chamber, arranged in a circle around a statue of a Necron destroyer, armed with a scythe-like weapon. The slabs are inscribed with thousands of Necron runes. We're gonna need a transport try to break one of the slabs from its moorings so it can be moved back to the Castius Metallicon. We can translate, remain in the chamber, sending the live images to Tyrus for a more accurate translation, or transmit. Take hurry pictographs up the slab and move on from this sinister place. Remember, we'll transmit. Tyrus, this is a philosophical text. Lord Aggerlich believes that if the Necrons cannot rule the stars, no one should. A yearning for utter desolation, the annihilation of life. I cannot make out the subtleties, but I'm not sure what I would want to do. Hey, we got 4 CP for that, so that was a good choice. And Lodikuzuru Callahan says, oh, and also the wedding will... Oh, happy to hear it. Congratulations. Advocate of Valeria, yes it was. I am so happy for you guys. I truly wish you the best of the rest of your lives. Hopefully, your partnership is one that is filled both with love, but also humility. That you're willing to humble yourself to the point where you you're willing to serve each other, you know, and truly care for each other's needs. I really hope and pray to the machine god that it all works out beautifully for you guys. Okay, so I guess this is one we haven't seen yet. Many female ports cover the outer shell of this Necron panel, perhaps what can I say this word? Interfacing, there we go. Perhaps interfacing could improve the team's performance. I'm gonna go with the one in the middle. Okay, the one in the middle was at least helpful. I mean, it just gave us 5 HP, which were fine, but that's better than negative HP, so I'll take it. Okay, Kepra, these are troopers from the 7th hexadecimal cohort, Maniple Gamma. They went quiet 59 minutes ago. They went quiet 59 minutes ago. Okay, a handful of bodies lie in the chamber ahead, evidently Skitarii who were caught in a furious volley of Gauss fire. Okay, we can waste not, want not, check the bodies for useful materials that can be salvaged. Morbid curiosity, examine the bodies to learn more of their cause of death, or seal away. I'm gonna go ahead and say seal away, seal the chamber so the Necrons cannot enter, and others could recover the bodies later. That was a bad choice. The cohort used explosives to collapse the doorways and seal off the chamber so the Necrons cannot easily access it. The process takes a while, and by the time it is completed, the trail of Akrolek has gone a little colder. Ragia says, congratulations. Yeah, definitely congratulations, guys. And What Inquisitor says, thanks. Hey, my pleasure. I wish you guys the best of time. Okay, this panel controls a heavy door leading to a treasure room, which is filled with cognition. If we work out the right commands, we can then reap the rewards within. I'm gonna go with the one on the left. Okay, the one on the left was the right choice. The container of some sort that seemingly has raw binary sealing within. Tales of Xeno's origin, sparks of data leak through the age sealant and used to contain the treasure within. We gained a Torsion cannon. Single target range attack. Upon hitting target turns into a circle area attack that passes through units and walls. Deals 5 through 10 energy damage to targets. I mean, this thing does a hell of a lot of damage, but look at all the cognition uses. And we have Sunny Part-Timer using the Alpha Legion's Primarchs, aka Alfarion, the Alfarius, and Omegon. How you doing, Sunny Part-Timer? How you been? I'm trying to remember. Have you ever swung by our stream before? And you must have. Yes, I've been good. Long time I've stopped by. Yeah, it has been a long time. How you been? What you been up to? Okay, Kepra says, looks like these scarabs were woken up by the reanimation protocols and continued with their default programming. Finish the statue. The Necrons have covered their tombs in images of themselves, and they still haven't finished. Sony Part-Timer says, work life and trying to paint more. Oh, really? What are you trying to paint? Okay, so this chamber appears to be a workshop. A large slab of gleaming metal has been partially carved into a statue of a glowing Necron, or a glowering Necron, perhaps Lord Agrilec. Several scarab constructs are skirting across the slab, chewing away the materials as they continue in the process of creating the statue. So we can cast down idols, which is to mission is to destroy a statue of Agrilec, and there is one right here. Blow up half-finished statue as the unassigned demands. Oh, that sounds pretty epic. Art acquisition. This slab looks like it's made out of precious materials. Secure this chamber and report its position to nearby stars so it can be recovered for use. And we can gather specimens. Scarab contracts could provide valuable insight into the working of the Necrons, acquiring a few of them so they can be studied later. I'm gonna go with art acquisition. Precious materials is always preferable. Fingers crossed that I will now make the right choice. Yes, right choice. Haha. Sony Part-Timer, right now painting some Gravis Armor Marines. Nice. I really like the Gravis Armor. I made some heavy intercessors who have that Gravis Armor. I made them and I kit bashed them with some heads from I think it was the Pesticions, in order to give them a more skull-like appearance. And I painted them in the vein of the Iron Warriors. It came out really, really nice. Sony Part-Timer says Blood Ravens chapter. Nice. AKA the Bloody Magpie, says the God Emperor of Man. The scarabs are purged with flame and the chamber is secure. The cohort moves and reports the location of Scutari to the Scutari. Though the troops are unable to transport the entire statue back to the tomb entrance, they do recover a substantial amount of rare alloys for the mission's use. And Sony Part-Timer says, sounds about right, Lament. Yeah. Are you excited for the new, what is it, Dawn of War game? Sony Part-Timer? Okay, the darkness of the 41st millennium, of Agrilec's tomb, is complete in this benighted region. Not only is there a total absence of light, but fluctuating rad levels are interfering with the cohort's optical augmentations. Even the team's own light sources do not penetrate the unnatural gloom. They must traverse that next area blind. So we can boldly go straight out into the darkness. The faithful of Mars do not fear the darkness, and they must move swiftly onto their objective. We can find another path, find a way around the blind spot. It will take longer, but could avert catastrophe. And then we can do slow and steady. Move slowly and cautiously, lest the unexpected hazards or neck ambushes conspire within the darkness. I'm gonna choose another path. I don't mind it going a little slower, as long as my guys don't get hurt. And that was the right choice. The cohort skirts around the darkness and unexpectedly located source. A set of glows sparking with exotic energy that draws a light from the surrounding areas. In destroying the Xenos device, the cohort both lifts and the veil of darkness and learns more about the strange Necron technology. So we are fully equipped with CP for this battle, which is great. I'm gonna go ahead and save here, just in case. We've got about half an hour left on the stream, so it's gonna knock out a save. Video Chaos Hunters, Sony Part-Timer first says, yeah, I got into Warhammer because of Dawn of War 1. Can't wait to play 4. Yeah, I've only played actually Dawn of War 2, and I really liked it. I liked the Imperial campaign and the Orc campaign. The Orc campaign was really fun. But yeah, I'm actually really curious. I'm more excited for Dawn of War 4 than I am for Total War Warhammer. I don't know why, because I think because Total War Warhammer 40K is not exactly the kind of game I want to play. I like my 4X games, but as far as 4X games are concerned, I prefer a game that lets me a little bit more world building, I guess, and make my own country and buildings and resources, and maybe have some diplomacy and be able to interact with more than just the barrel of the gun. And I feel like the main draw of the Total War games is the strategy element and not so much the 4X element, which I say I enjoy a lot more. But again, Dawn of War is primarily a strategy game, so it's, I guess, tailored for that. And if I remember correctly, I remember really enjoying the squad-based tactics that were available in Dawn of War 2, so I'm hoping we'll get a lot more of that in Dawn of War 4, which squad-based tactics I think I'm able to handle a little bit more than mass army tactics. Just too much brain to handle a lot of the time. And the original cast members, I really like the aesthetics of Gravis armor. My only qualms with the models are the platform boots. I actually really like the boots. It makes them feel heavy, makes them feel chunky. I like it because it's got those little bolts on the sides that make it seem like these are very augmented armor, and all the cabling that comes out of it. It gives it a very heavy feel, which I appreciate, which is why I use those for my Iron Warriors kit bash. Whenever I make Iron Warriors, I want them to look heavy, because Iron Warriors are all about the big tech, the big heavy weaponry, and obviously siege tactics. So I want to present that with my Iron Warriors. I've been trying to think of what I would do with the Red Corsairs models, and right now I'm mainly leaning towards using them for a Death Watch kill team. So I want to do that at some point. I may paint the main leader. I forgot the Reeve Captain. There we go. That was what it's called. I may still paint him as a Red Corsairs. I just really like that one model. But if I get my hands on the Red Corsairs, they're definitely going to get kit bashed. They're going to get painted to be maybe more loyalist, or maybe for any other ideas I might have. But loyalist or renegade. Again, I like the idea of making renegade chapters that aren't necessarily tied to chaos, which is why that's the vein that I go with whenever I make my Iron Warriors. I don't like giving them too much chaos filigree and too much chaos ornamentation. I feel like it doesn't fit with the vibe that I always got from them. And Chaos Hunter... Okay, no, I already answered that question. Never mind. But yeah, we're gonna continue on. Captrix. Location confirmed. Energy reading spiking. Code Venerator is in full effect.
We are infested insects to be expunged.
Rayon says for some reason... Oh, hold on. Okay, he finished talking. Alright. Raya says, for some reason I heard you like building chaos. Just join us already. I like building everything. That's my thing. That's why I want to make like a version of my model with just about different outfits to match the different things I'll paint. Because I love painting everything. For as 40K, I love painting Loyalists, I love painting Chaos, I love painting Xenos. I think the only things that don't interest me too much are things like maybe the Tau. I find the Tau vehicles and the mechs to be a little boring. And I find the Tyranids to be a little boring as well. They're not, and they just don't speak to me. And I also don't, for no reason, I don't like the big Titans. Maybe one day I'll take on a Titan just as a see if I can pull it off type of project. But I'm not a big fan of Titans, of big mechs. And Sunny Park Timer says, I have my Emperor's Children too, so you got to join Chaos. I actually have the box of Emperor's Children, I bought it, and I've been kit bashing them into Loyalist White Scars. So So I take loyalists and convert them into chaos, and I take chaos and I convert them into loyalists. Like I said, I love kit bashing, and I like making my models look. So I'm actually very eager to take some faultless blades and make them look more white scars. Like, I don't have the loyalist. I don't have the faultless blades. But I think it would be a lot of fun to make them like white scars. And then Sony Part-Timer Loyalist White Scars. How dare you, Rosie? Sorry, that's just the way I roll. I am never happy. Well, at least, let me say never. I am very rarely happy with painting something that appears just like it does in the box. I think the few exceptions have been my Caradron Overlords. I love painting those guys exactly like they look in the box art. And if I ever get my hands on the, what's it called? The Orc Commandos kill team, I definitely want to paint those, in, the same color scheme that they have. And then Sonny Pie-Timer says, vamos a pelear. No. Aquí no peleamos. Aquí es todo paz y tranquilidad. Pero si quieres pelear, me ya saben. Que entonces quizás algún día podamos jugar WH40K juntos y peleamos de esa manera. Sonny Pie-Timer says, we're gonna fight. And I'm like, well, I hear you. This is a peaceful place. But if we ever do end up fighting, maybe we can play WH40K together. We can fight that way. Explicator Valeria says, well, I'm gonna head out. Catch you all next time. Hey there, Explicator. Thank you very much for coming. And again, congratulations to you and the Lord Inquisitor. Alright, let's continue this mission. I don't think we're gonna have enough time to fully fight it out. We are infested. To be expunged, says Irelek. Kepra says this damned creature has been watching us since we entered this tomb. It's been ready for us since the start. Captain says the quarry that knows it is hunted makes for the sweeter kill. Formulate target solutions. Now the prey is at bay. I'm getting a lot of corny vibes from Captrix. She is very ready to fight.
I have awoken into the company of these fleshly vermin. Tomorrow we conquer. Today we clear the filth from our doorstep.
And now, big words from a small man. Vidic says Recollections of Inquisitor Brand. Chapter 87. Of all creations most foul, I beheld the Lord of all and knew that I was dead. Don't know what you mean by that, Vinix. That's such a out of nowhere quote. Capra, we have been here before, Mayos, but we are better prepared now. What are your orders? Okay, this chamber is dominated by the immense form of Lord Akolek, surrounded by images of the Necron war fleets conquering the stars. So we can do depth up close, charge in with righteous wrath and engage at close range. Hold back and engage enemy from range. Or pray for deliverance. Speak the fourth psalm of protection from the Omnissiah's foes before engages. Do not go in with your souls unarmored. That sounds like the right one to go with. Maybe it'll give us some like, hopefully. Let's see. Vidic, collected logic, Psalms 31:3. And lo, shall your holy steel be as around our souls, and shall your wisdom guide our hands. No spear, no barb of the enemy shall trouble our flesh of iron. Let the will of Mars be done. That is epic. Emboldened by prayer, the scions of the cult Mechanicus fight with their spirits armored in the steel of faith. And we got 72 Blackstone from that. Let's fight. Okay, Videx jumps a lot of points with that verse that he just spotted. Okay, I really like that. Let's do this. Mr. Gray Browning says, "Are you winning, son? How you doing, Mr. Gray Browning? How you been?" Far we're winning. Okay, here are the targets, and we know who the target is. Alright. I'm gonna have my beloved melee guy go straight in, and I have him backed up by Chaos Hunter. I'm gonna move Chaos Hunter behind him, and I'm gonna put Visa next to him also. And Mr. Grey Bonnie says, "I'm crashing out and resting. Work for 3 days like usual." Oh, okay. Hopefully you get enough rest. And thank you for coming and joining our stream. It's time that you want to be resting. I'm glad you consider my stream restful. Okay, so now J-Ray, put you there. Headphone. Put you there. Now I'll put you here. And I'm gonna put my... I'm gonna wait till late before deploying the Skitari Vanguard.
I sailed the void for 1,000 years. I fought the war in heaven. What can you do to strike fear in one such as I?
Mr. Brian says, "Do you want to say again? That's how long my shift is. I'm not that lazy. So you don't get to sleep at all for 3 days straight?" I mean, that's pretty crazy. How do you stay awake all that time? And yeah, you fought the war in heaven, but you lost the war in heaven. So you're gonna lose this war too there, Agrelek. Oh yeah, just come to Papa. Ragion is ready to lay the smackdown on you. Alright, 8 damage. Very nice. And he doesn't go down, or he doesn't get pushed back from hitting him with the Infestus Claw. Which is good for me, because I'm not trying to knock him down, I'm just trying to hit him. Browning says, I get to sleep, it's just I'm on call and people are able to wake me up. Oh, okay. That's good at least. What is it you do again? I don't remember if you told me. And the God of Romance says, sounds like Cook to me. From toward the Necron, by the way. Yeah, it definitely sounds like Cook. He got us unawares the first time. We are fully upgraded now. We're gonna kick his behind. I'm gonna hit end turn. I'm gonna send out my serval skull. It's a good brown. It says night clerk. Ah, okay. Yeah, that'll do it. Okay, you absorb the damage. Okay. But I have my Geno pistol, so that'll go to his armor. That did 1 damage. Well, better than nothing. I think we'll end turn there. Alright, J-Ray. Wait, hold on. Can I shoot him from here? Oh, yes, I can. Okay, so here's what we'll do. I'm gonna use my Sanctus canister on myself as J-Ray. I'm gonna use Cognition Freedom. And I'm gonna use my Volkite Blaster on him. Critical 10 damage! Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Okay, that did 1 damage. So he's at 14 right now. He's already about half, actually less than halfway. And here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna armor everybody up, just in case he decides to start doing some crazy stuff. Okay, and with that, we end our turn. Oh, he is toast. I'm gonna use Cognition Freedom. Okay, I can only use this on regular troops. Never mind. Oh man, I messed up. I can't reach him with this weapon. Well, let's move up a little bit. Maybe I can hit him from here? Oh, here we go. Get him here. 10 damage! Yes! Oh, he is so toast. about to finish this fight in one turn. That's it. Yeah. Talked a lot of smack there, Void General. Or Void Admiral, I guess. Mission complete! Yeah, we're kicking butt with these boss fights. Lord Agrelek falls, spewing sparks and fire. The Void Admiral collapses in a heap of wreckage that begins to teleport away, piece by piece, revealing for a moment the complex working of the warform underneath. Finally, Agrelek is no more, and a burst of terminal data that leaves an echo of his death etched into the noosphere. Yes. Catrix target inversion achieved. Hunt complete. Pausanias, the Void Admiral has fallen. The Necrons of Subateneris have lost their fleet commander. And 70 Rose says, nice. Yeah, I know, right? That was awesome. You all did beautifully. You didn't even get the chance to attack anybody. Catrix, prey tracked from quarrying to unmaking. Beaten into the open and chased down for the kill. 84% hunt efficiency. Logged for future analysis. And Cyril just redeemed the WoW. Love that WoW. That's from Fairy Tail, by the way. For those of you who haven't actually watched the show. Pausanias. The Skitarii in the Tomb of Agdalek are reporting decreased coordination amongst the awakening constructs. Catrix, consolidation activity not the concern of a prime Hermeticon. Key target acquisition ongoing. There will come another beast. There will come another hunt. Okay, I think that went pretty well. We gained some sweet weaponry. We gained the Skitarii Ranger and some Blackstone, not a lot, but more than enough to take care of that guy. I think headphone actor should be fully upgraded, at least as fully upgraded as we can make him right now. And we already upgraded Region. So next up is Chaos. So before we leave, let us upgrade Chaos Hunter by 1. We'll give him these gloves. These gloves are actually better than the one he's currently has. So let's unplug that. Let's give him these. Alright. Let's go ahead and save. Okay, and again, if you like what I do and would like to support, please consider subscribing to my Twitch channel or donating to my Ko-Fi at Rosario US Art. Or if you missed an episode, feel free to check out my YouTube channel, which is also called Rosario US Art, and it has been the one that's been working as far as live stream is concerned. And remember that if you'd like to commission me to paint a mini for you, which I paint minis on Thursdays at 7 p.m. EST, they hit me up over on Instagram at RosarioRivasArt. And remember that I do have some videos planned. I have almost finished the next Rosario rant. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to complete it before my trip to Tasha. So I'll be doing some editing tomorrow in order to get that video out to you as quickly as possible. And I already have the script for the next Rosario rant ready to go. So I got to start recording that. Plus, again, the miniatures that I painted while I was away, I have footage of it. I plan to edit that down and make videos for that. So that'll be at least 2 more videos that you'll be receiving. So a total of about 4 videos are coming up soon. And they're in various stages of production. So be ready for those. You can find all those on my YouTube channel, which is at RosarioRivasArt. But yeah, before we go, it's been a pleasure streaming with you guys. Let's see who we can raid before we leave. And yeah, let me see. Raid channel. Thaddeus is going woo woo. And Sunny Rose is happy. And then Lord Inquisitor says, catch you later, Interrogator. Alvin Predator. Alvin Predator to you too, my Lord Inquisitor. I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm going to raid. I'm going to raid DK Diamantes. If you know him, he's from Adeptus Ridiculous. Let's go ahead and check out what he's up to. Apparently he's playing Final Fantasy 12. So if you like NNOs, hopefully like this. Alright, but yeah, I have been Rosario Rivas at State Inquisitor Markham of the Order Hereticus, and I'm signing off from the Grimdark feature. Bye-bye, varlets. See you next time.
Then I can do... Yo, Rosario Rivas Art, thank you so much for the raid! I appreciate it very much. I hope you had an amazing stream. We're just playing a little bit of Final Fantasy XIV to wrap up the